We're gonna let him talk. So, Mr. Williams, good afternoon. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah, man. Good afternoon. Big up, man.
Yeah, man, bless up, man. All
Good
right.
afternoon, Mr.
Boy, I
William.
wish we were talking about the JPL and thing, but I think you'll probably talk about that. But today I didn't listen to the show this morning. That is a sports explosion. But we have one of the persons who was listening, and they played a clip where you made some statements about we go and look for persons with them cousin and auntie and DNA and stuff, and you're not enthused about that. So, in fairness to you, I think when once a name is called, I think it is important that persons get the opportunity to explain what they mean and keep the thing in context. So, the people are listening to you. You're close to 200 of them listening to, um, yeah, what you have to say about what happened or what you said this morning.
What do you mean what I have to say? But then you have the clip.
Eh,
You have the clip. So you know what I said this morning.
Yes. So,
My position, I've repeated it 10,000 times. I am following. I want to follow the track and field model, and the track and field model is develop the talent locally. That is the model that I want to follow. Now, if if somebody out there, not in Jamaica, wants to try out for Jamaica team, no problem. No problem. I'm not stop nobody. But I have focused on the track and field model. That is build the talent locally and take over the world from right here on the rock. That is the model that I saw in '98, and that is the model that I have seen since 2000 when Asafa Powell burst on the scene at Athens, and since then we have been world beaters from right here on the. So, me no need for you have the clip.
all
My
right, all right.
position is my
So,
position. First of all, Manning, and this can be taped as well. I have said I would not even be prioritizing the reggae boy. I wouldn't even if I
my
was
God.
I was I wouldn't be prioritizing the reggae boy.
Oh, you mean the senior
I would be
team?
prioritizing under 13, under 15, under 17. That's where most of my money would be going. And then in 5, 10 years we get so I would be focused as I am with Jamaica Premier League. We are focused on making the Jamaica Premier League the biggest league in the world. Me don't want nobody to tell me say them are Arsenal fans and them are Chelsea fans. Me no business with Arsenal and Chelsea.
Mr.
More
Williams,
Arnett fan, more Mount Pleasant fan, more Cavalier fan, more Montego Bay United fan, right?
y-
So you know you everybody say them are USA fan in a track and field. Everybody said about Jamaica fan. So
Mr.
me I
Mr.
say
Wi-
you
Mr. Williams, do you appreciate the difference between an individual sport and a team sport and the dynamics
yes,
and the
yes, I appreciate it, and I want 20. I want I want to be able to field a world beating team from 20 locally developed. They don't have to be still here now. They can be like Leon Bailey and all of them. They can go, no problem. But locally developed. I I want to field that I'm not saying if I had to exclusive. In other words, if a man born in a Germany or whatever, and him want and him can make the side, he make the side, no problem. But
Uh,
we now have to depend on that.
all right. a couple of things, Mr. Williams, that I will say that track and field in Jamaica is way way before our independence. So it has been in Jamaica for a longer time, which is over 120 years that we have been participating. So it's very its inception in terms of in Jamaica has been way longer than football. In the
Agree.
19 in the
Agree.
1998 model, the dynamics of football has changed, and I think you'd agree with that um, we will never have the best players in Jamaican born players playing in Jamaica, giving out
No, I
football.
didn't say that.
No
I
man,
didn't say they have
give,
to be playing in Jamaica. I said
giving
I
out
would
football
like
is
them to.
no man,
I
but
would like them to be. I would like
yeah,
to develop from Jamaica
all right. So
and have. They can be playing all over the world. Look,
No man, so fine. So I'm going to give you because the truth is, I mean, opinions can vary, but when it comes down to the facts, we can't debate facts because facts are
Right.
facts. So
Factor.
what are the facts? The facts are our coaches are way below the requisite standard. The head of our technical committee came out a couple weeks ago and said that we as coaches have failed our players, which is
Perfect.
suggesting that our system is failing. All right.
Right.
The JPL, including you, have said
Right.
that our surfaces are way below standard.
Right.
All right.
Right.
I am at the game. You said that our support for football is not like in other cultures. How, in that context, when we have Jamaicans, right? Because they are Jamaicans,
Hold
Because
on. No, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold
yeah,
on. Hold on. The Mannings. That's what we have to focus on. I am not. I have said I would not be starting at the top. So the first thing I do is build the local infrastructure. That get the coaches trained. I have said publicly that I would not be hiring a coach. I would be hiring a big coaches trainer. That is who I would be hiring because we don't have we need better coaches. So the first thing we're gonna do is be a big one, bring in a big coach trainer. So he train the coaches. The second thing is we need 5 or 6 excellent surfaces around the country so the kids can play on the surfaces. I don't think we can get, 10 or 20, but we need 5 or 6 every weekend. Them can play matches on the surfaces, right? And lights and so on. And then we want youth football. Then no, after we do all of them things, then start to put the regular boy. You want to look for the boy right now. I'm telling you.
But
okay.
Mr. Williams, Mannings,
Boy,
Mr. Williams, do you
I
understand that the two? Hold on, Mr. Williams, do you understand that the two are not mutually exclusive, and that
I,
in
I,
fact,
I agree.
hold
I
a minute,
agree. But if you have a
hold a minute,
dollar,
Mr. Williams, and that
oh,
the revenue from the senior men's team, if it is successful, is what can go ahead and be invested in the youth program, because a
and you want
qualification for a World Cup brings 9 million US dollars. Winning the Gold Cup brings another million US dollars. And the
right.
valuable resource that would plow into field development, coaching upgrades, etc., would come from the success of the male and female senior teams. So we're not talking about a mutually exclusive thing. But I put
Okay.
the question to you. Put the question to you. What do you
All right.
see as the difference between an individual sport like track and field
No,
and
Cataract,
a
I think
team
with the
sport? Right. Okay.
all right, yeah, cause
Catara, let me
what,
respond. No, let me respond.
yeah, go ahead, Mr. Williams.
Cataract, you can't make a comment like that because we have never seen the P&L for the team. So if you are going to say it is going to bring in 9 million, what is the cost to earn the 9 million and show to us the plan? No problem. If you are saying to me, yo, the plan is Yes, we're going to do the youth development and the field development and the coach development and so on. But to do that, we're going to try and make 9 million so we can pay for it. No problem. Give me the plan there. But where is the plan? There is one plan. The first thing we need is a plan. So show me that, yo, this is the plan. We're going to do this, and then this money I'm going to use to do that. And then we're going to develop right back to what I am saying, which is we're going to develop to have the track and field mod. No problem, no problem. The means to the end doesn't change the end. I'm saying what the end.
I think we lost Mr. Williams, so hopefully he's going to call back. Don't worry, because we're going to get T-Got in, because um I think what we need to find out is, I think this is him, because maybe his focus is on youth, which I don't have a problem if you want to focus on youth, but the language this morning was in relation to the callers. Listen, we're going to try and get back Mr. Williams, so please, I mean, I know no one call
Even
you.
if you are focused on youth, there are
No,
still youth in the diaspora that
hold
strengthens the
on,
national
RDN,
youth program. That's what
hold
we
on,
hear.
RDN. Let me get back Mr. Williams, and then I'll call you back. All right? Because we want to finish up with him. We want to
Ah,
make sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Management,
So
management. What are the cataract? Management.
I'm
Hello?
trying to get him back, man. The call got cut off, so I'm trying to get him back, and
Okay.
I'm going to let him get a question. Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
hello?
yeah. Mr. Williams, you got disconnected.
Yeah.
I don't know, so I'm calling you back. Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Okay, sorry. So I'm saying cataract. What is your end? I have stated my end. My end is I would like to be able to field a globally competitive football team with locally developed players. That is where I would like to see the football get to. That is my end. And then so you if you what is your end? Your end is what we're doing now? Is that the end that you are saying? Because I I, I
Our vision is to see Jamaica one day lift the World Cup as the champions of the world with a team that comprises the best available players who are eligible to represent Jamaica. Out of many, one people.
okay, well we have two different ends then. My end is to develop the sport of football and make it endemic to Jamaica. So what it means, I repeat, is that you walk on the street in Jamaica and 9 out of 10 people are baller, right? That is what I want. So you want to win the World Cup. I don't want to win the World Cup. I want to make football endemic, just like how track and field is endemic to Jamaica, which means Jamaica does naturally just produce sprinter, a so more football. And because track and field did not start off by saying they want to win the 100-meter gold medal. No, track and field started off by saying they want Jamaicans to be the best runners. And that's why over 100 years, we have continued to dominate global athletics. You
All
cannot set the goal to lift the World Cup. So you have to lift the World Cup, and then what? Then the next year you come last. You want football to be. You want Jamaica to be a football country.
right.
And if you say that Jamaica is a football country, then it has to be here. It
Hey,
can't be.
there's so many things, Mr. Williams going through, but I have T-Got from Sports down the middle. and I want him to, because I know you're a busy man, and you know it's a short, but it's so important because I need to play the clip because there's a part in it that many people view that could be offensive. But let T get his question to you, and then I'll play it, and then you can because you sound very different now than what I heard on the clip, you know. So I don't know if
Well,
so I want to make sure
play the
that
clip.
yes,
Play the
okay.
clip.
But go ahead, T and then I'll play the clip. Let me find it. Go ahead.
Good day to you, Cataract Management and Mr. Williams. Listening to the clip as well, management saying and what Mr. Williams is saying now is two different things. First of all, let me address what you said, the 98 model. All right. I can bring you back to the 98 model. And the 98 model deal with professionalism, right? And if three individuals wasn't in the 98 model, Jamaica wouldn't be talking about Jamaica and the World Cup. The three individuals is Dion Burton, Fitzroy Simpson, and Paul All. Even when my idol, listen to me good, even when my idol on Nandelo, when Jamaica was playing, and Renee Simone said to Onandelo, go and play center up. And Onandelo walk off the field and tell Simone, say, let the other baller play around our back. You understand? And we lost the match. And these three individuals, right? The one that came in, didn't born in Jamaica. You understand? Didn't kick in the Premier League, didn't play for Aberville, Tivoli, or Waterhouse. They played in England and they came in with a different perspective and turned the 98 team around for us to be talking about the 98 model. For you to saying that people, you rather people coming in and will grow it as the other sport, it's very disrespectful for what those players came and did and put us on the World Cup map for us to be talking about the 98 model. It was those three individuals. So I understand what you are saying. But first of all, we need to deal with the discipline of the players that we have in the JPL. No, you understand? Recently, the coach called a mini squad for them to come and train. And I just saw the clip, and they were saying that the training was so hard. They were tired. Obviously, there is no discipline in the training session that they have at their former club. So, first of all, you need to deal with that first before you're knocking other players coming in trying to represent the country. That's all I'm just saying.
All right, Mr. Williams,
Okay.
how do you respond to that? And then I found the clip,
Yeah.
but go ahead, respond to that.
Yeah. Yeah. What he's supporting what I'm saying. He's saying exactly what I'm saying. We need to develop the local players. That's exactly what he's saying. He's saying that there is a significant difference between the conditioning, between the technical competence, between the professionalism, between of the local players and the global players. That's what he said, and I support that one thousand
All right,
percent. Which is why I'm saying the focus must be on the local players because we want football to be endemic to Jamaica.
yeah, I think so. Listen, somebody just said,
So again,
go
again,
ahead.
again. Sorry. Again, let me clarify. I said the 98 model, not the 98 team. So the model was to build the team locally, right? At, at a point, they realized that the model would not have been successful.
All
So
right,
they introduced overseas players, which is fine. But the model remains the same. So I'm saying what I'm recommending is the focus on the model. And
and the
that
model
focus is
and the outcome.
and it's the same thing with track and field. And that is let's build the
Yeah,
industry in Jamaica.
all right.
I am not I am not seeking to build the tourism industry in England. I'm not seeking to build a manufacturing industry in England. I'm not seeking to build a banking industry in England. I'm seeking to build Jamaica's industry. And it's the same for football. I want to build because I'm in Jamaica. It's not,
Uh,
I'm not trying to get a million tourists into a hotel in England. No, I know
uh,
I could do that. I
Sir,
know I could
sir,
do that.
Sir
hold on,
Chris,
I want to get a million
ho-
tourists into a
Sir
hotel in
Chris,
yeah, hold on,
Jamaica.
Keter, because I need to get a couple of things. Just hold on, Keter and Mr. Williams. So I want to hear in the clip.
Man, do not hear nothing.
You're not hearing it?
It will not hear nothing.
nothing hearing. Check the wires on the sound.
You're not hearing. Oh,
Turn up the
you're
amplifier.
hold on. You're not hearing. Hold on. Don't worry. I'm going to set this so you can hear. So let me do it this way. You're hearing it, Mr. Williams?
I did, yes.
Oh, so you are hearing it. Okay. So they say they're not hearing. So let me just set it this way so they can hear it because they need to hear it, right? And then we will go. All right. So let's play it from the beginning.
Maverick,
Yeah,
Maverick, let me tell you something, man.
yeah.
Me no like preaching about, but me have to preach.
Yeah, boy.
Um,
I do that sometimes too. Man.
the vision
Uh-huh.
cannot be Maverick. It
Uh-huh.
cannot be to do DNA analysis
Uh-huh.
of 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 some man and trace back to them auntie,
Uh-huh.
uncle,
Uh-huh.
friend, brother,
Yeah.
next door neighbor and say, yo, you're Jamaican.
Uh-huh.
Come
Oh,
play for me.
yeah.
You understand
So
me?
you're not into this thing like with Demari Gray now getting here to play now.
No,
You,
honestly,
you're not
I'm enthused about it. Because,
you,
and I use the example of
but
track
that's the
and
way
field.
football is going over the world right now, Sir Williams.
But
All the big teams doing that.
I'm not business about that.
Germany doing
Me
it.
I said to you,
All right. And then let me just
Doing
conclude.
follow,
it.
me I follow track and field. And all track and field goes
Yeah.
with development
Produce our
talent
own here and develop
right
our own.
here,
Yeah.
right? And
It has to be all inclusive, man. But
we dominate.
that sound
and
like
we
something.
dominate the world.
That sound like
Yes,
something
yes,
you can tussle about.
All right. So that is it. So those were that was a part of the clip that I got, Mr. Williams. So
yes.
because
And
what?
yeah, and the clip is accurate. That's
Uh,
what I said.
all right.
And I want to say, hold on, just say, I'm not disrespecting any players that want to play for Jamaica. I'm not. That's not what we weren't talking about. A player. What we're talking about is the model. And I am saying, um, firstly, my goal is not to win the World Cup. That's not the goal at this time. The goal at this time is to develop the sport and make the sport
Uh,
the most popular, the most demanded, the most technically competent, the best infrastructure, all of that. Develop the sport.
all right. Would you agree with me, Miss?
Then,
Would you agree
right.
with me that getting players of the caliber of Mikel Antonio and the name that was mentioned, Demarai Gray and those guys, adds to the development of the sport locally in some way?
No, it does not. No, it does.
All
I
right.
do not think so.
All right. So
I do not think it. I do not think it adds to the development of the sport. It doesn't. It doesn't improve their fitness. It doesn't improve the fields that they play on. It
Mr.
doesn't improve
Manning,
the
can I ask a
lighting.
question?
It
yeah,
doesn't. It
yeah.
doesn't.
Let me
Hold
just.
on. It does not improve the competence of the coaches. No,
All right. So let me tell
does
you how
not.
it works, though. Yeah.
What it does is it excites the population to 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 get a high, to get a brief high, and to may qualify, and then to drop right back down. It's a capiche. It's a capiche.
All right. So
No,
let me
I
tell
I don't I
let,
don't I
let,
don't I don't
Let
let
I
me
me
don't.
let me
finish,
tell
man. Is
you
I have a
let
question.
let me tell you how it adds to the development of the local football. When you bring the players from the youth level, from these environments, when they come amongst our players who are being developed, because we're not here saying players locally should not be developed, we're saying that players locally, our fields need to be better, our coaches need to be better, our players need to develop. But when these players coming out of higher quality environment come to Jamaica to train and to play with these players, their professionalism, their attitude, their techniques, the demand that they put on the game changes the culture of our players. So
for
that
for
and that is a
four
part
for
of the
four
development.
for 4 or 5 coaching sessions a year. What are you talking about? For 4 or 5 coaching sessions a year?
They are in
That
camps.
that is
So
the,
this is
the,
where no,
all right, all
this
right.
is where no,
So
Mr. Williams.
how long is the camp?
No,
How
this
long
is,
is the camp?
but Mr.
How
Williams,
long can you
this
get
is where
Mikel
no,
Antonio for?
this is
You
where
can't
no,
get
don't, but,
Mikel Antonio for more than 2 or 3 days.
so this is where no, administratively, we need to find a way of making this a more consistent. Because remember, we're talking about youth, because you're saying that you're going to start at the under 13. So let's go back to that. If I can bring the kids in Florida from under 15 to come to Jamaica to be with these Jamaicans, bringing in what they learn at Inter Miami and DC United to work with these local Jamaicans, the domestic kids, it is going to make them better. It's
Okay.
creating partnership. This is why
Is that
yeah, yeah.
hold on, man. Are you therefore suggesting that you now agree with my end?
No, here's the problem you have. Here's the problem you and I have.
No, no.
I,
What? Hold on. No, no, no,
Tiga,
no.
Tiga, you can mute your
Let me
mic,
hold on.
please.
Let me just get it clear.
yeah.
Man, I have stated what my end is. What is your end?
So here's my end, and I said it this morning. My vision is to create the best quality footballers, Jamaican footballers, whether they are born in Jamaica, born in the United States, born in England, born in Trinidad. But we need to produce the best quality footballers, I said it earlier today, so that we can sell players to the biggest league. When we begin to do that consistently and constantly, then we will qualify for World Cups, Youth World Cups, and Senior World Cups, and win. And also on the female side. But I know that that cannot happen if I rely totally on my domestic resources, because it is not sufficient. It is not a realistic model to believe that 2.8 million people, where less than 100,000 play football at the junior level and less than 50,000 play it at the senior level, will produce consistently players when you look at the ratio to go big time. So I need to
Okay. So
increase
let me
my
hold on.
pool.
So your end is a national team.
No,
What is your? I'm asking you. What
no,
is? I have said what my end is.
no. I said
I have said what my end is in one sentence. I want football to be endemic. I want football, Jamaica's footballers, people in
Manic.
Jamaica to be quality footballers. That's what
Sir,
I want. So I'm
Sir,
being very specific.
Sir Chris, I want to ask you something because I
I'm
outlined
not.
my vision. I outlined my
I'm not
vision in one
wait,
people.
wait,
sentence. I want
just
to ask you something, Sir Chris.
Catar. No man, I want to come to you
I want
because
to
I
ask
don't
you
want
an
this.
important
No,
question.
no, but no, Catar, man. I'm going to just hold on, man. We have time. So I don't want Mr. Williams to believe he asked me a question, I don't answer it, and you ask him a different question. That's not fair to him. All I'm
Okay,
saying is that
okay,
he asked me a question
okay,
out of fear,
boss.
right, Mr. Williams? I may need to answer you.
Yes.
All right.
Respect you, respect you.
Yeah. All right. So here's this morning. I started out by saying we need a vision, and we don't have a vision for our football in Jamaica. That is why we don't have a strategy, which you call a module, and so we don't have values. So we just willy nilly, and we go from campaign to
So
campaign. So
Don't say we. Don't say we. I am.
no, I say we Jamaica. When I say we, I mean when I say we, I'm not saying Mr. Williams. When I say we, I mean Jamaica, because at the end
No,
of
what you mean Jamaica? What you talking about? My football team, the man them at my football team, they have a vision. So when you say we, you have to, I
yes,
am saying, me as an individual, me have a vision. Me have it down on paper. In fact, I have given it to the president of the JFF. I am saying my vision is to make football, develop football, the sport in Jamaica. I am not seeking to win the World Cup. I am not seeking to win under 13 FIFA Cup, under 15, under 17, women. No. My vision for the next 5 years is to develop football in Jamaica.
yeah, but none of us are disagreeing, that football. But I'm going to
No,
let
but I'm
Ketel.
asking you. Cataract gave this vision. I'm asking you, what do you want for the
But
next 5 years?
I just
What is the end that you want?
so my end is that we create footballers and Jamaicans, not just those who are living in Jamaica, are born in Jamaica, but Jamaicans all over, to create the kind of footballers that we have top Jamaican footballers playing in the quality leagues in the world. Because I believe when that is done, all of
No,
these,
no, 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 no.
yeah,
Hold on. You don't have to
yeah,
justify it. Hold on, no. We don't have to justify our vision. Right?
yeah,
We put our
yeah.
vision down.
So
Yeah. I
yeah,
don't need it to
but your
justify
thing
it.
is that your thing is that you want that to just happen for the kids living in Jamaica alone.
Yes.
And
My
and
vision.
and I have
My
a
vision
problem. I
is,
have a problem with that because my kids are Jamaican, and when they are
yeah,
in the
but
states,
how?
you're excluding them
But
from that.
realistically, now, honestly, realistically, how are you going to impact a Jamaican in Kazakhstan or Kuwait
No, but
or
you're going to the
Qatar?
you're going to the extreme, no.
No,
But,
all
but
right.
No,
hold
How
on,
are you?
hold on.
All right,
Mannings,
hold on.
but
How are
Mannings,
you going
you're
to
going
develop?
to the
Mannings,
How
extreme.
are
No.
you going to
Mannings,
develop?
I
All right, how are
would
you
like
going to
to
develop a Jamaican
challenge
in
Mr.
Miami?
Williams.
All right, how are you going to develop a Jamaican in Miami?
And
I,
may I
I
answer
did, I
that
did.
question, Mr.
All right, go
Williams?
ahead. All right, go ahead,
I'm
Ketara.
going to
Because
answer the
go ahead.
question and then put something to you. Look at Amari Bell. Amari Bell left back at Luton Town, previously at Blackburn. When he joined the Reggae Boys, in his first game for the Reggae Boys, he was terrorized by a right winger from Suriname. And coming and consistently playing international football. In this week, we saw an improved and developed player that played every minute for his club, that promoted the smallest club ever to reach the Premier League. And he, our Jamaican Reggae Boy, was there for every minute of the game, including extra time. Playing for Jamaica, he has stated, has improved him, gave him confidence. That's a man is him saying in the interview, and he's ready for this Gold Cup. And to answer two things that you asked. The first is, if Jamaica wins the World Cup, as in my vision, before I leave this earth, that accomplishment would revolutionize the interest and galvanize the interest of the sport in Jamaica. In the same way that when Asafa Powell ran 9.77 seconds, it piqued an interest of Jamaicans in the track and field sprinting. And I put it to you that by consistently qualifying for World Cups, consistently going
Hold on.
deep.
Hold on. You're changing. Hold on. You're changing your end. You said your end was to win the world.
Yes, but you have to qualify for the World Cup to win it.
No, but no. You just said consistently.
Yeah, I'm saying consistently qualify for the World Cup because by
No, you don't.
qualification,
To win the World Cup, you cannot qualify for one, win it, and done. What are you saying? You want to consistently qualify for the World Cup, or you want to win the World Cup?
I would like Jamaica, the land we love, to hoist the
Alright,
trophy and win the World Cup. But I wanted to say to you when you said about tourists, that's what I wanted to tell you. And you're not wanting tourists in England.
no, not develop.
I did not
Not he
say
said
that. I
he
didn't say that.
said
What are you
he's
talking about?
yeah. He said he didn't. That's
I
he said develop. He's not
Develop,
I'm not
you said
speaking to
develop
develop
manufacture.
tourism
Yeah.
in England. I'm not
tour-
speaking to
right.
develop
And I'm
tourism.
saying to you, I'm
Develop
saying to you,
tourism in Jamaica.
right. And I'm saying to you, listen, please, that every time, and this happened on Sunday, Ethan Pinnock, in a match that was watched by millions, hundreds of millions of people around the world, Manchester City playing Brentford. And when the goal was scored, it said Jamaican international Ethan Pinnock puts the ball in with his left foot. That mention of Jamaica, we can't pay for that. In the richest game in the world,
Yeah,
when
but all right, but Ketara,
Amari
let
Bell
me just say, okay, Ketara,
hoisted the Jamaican
Ket-
flag and
Ketara,
ran
but what I'm
around
saying to you,
Wembley.
Ketara, but if you go down that, just listen what I'm saying now. If you go down that path, Mr. William argument is still going to be valid because remember,
No, because I'm saying
no,
that
no,
the
no,
acts of these Jamaicans
no, but listen,
helps our tourism product by
no, but listen,
helps
but see
brand
what listen,
Jamaica.
listen, Cataract. If I say to you, I am not a carpenter, to tell me that big house are being built over there, don't make a difference to the price of rice. So he's saying to you that I'm not concerned about with that aspect. What I am concerned about is the development. So that is what I want us to keep it to because where you're going. So he's right. So Mr. Williams is saying his end is to develop football. It is not to promote tourism. It's not to develop tourism in there. No. So let's stick to that because this is what I want to really challenge him on. This is what I want us to challenge him on. Because I believe that incorporating Jamaicans outside of Jamaica does not stagnate or prevent developing the football. So what I want Mr.
Okay.
Williams to explain to me,
Yes.
what I want Mr.
Mhm.
Williams to explain to me is how involving Jamaicans living or born outside of Jamaica destroy, affect, or minimize his end.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I didn't say that. It doesn't. I
Oh,
didn't say that.
so 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 why do you have a
I
problem with
will.
them? Why do you have?
No, I don't have no problem with them. But I told you that.
But Mr. Williams, Mr. Williams, hold on,
But
Mr. Williams,
Let him
hold
answer.
Mr.
on.
Williams,
Hold on.
Mr. Williams, hold on.
Tiga, we have to let him just listen. He has the time. We don't just please. I'm asking. Just let him finish.
Mannings,
Yeah.
Mannings, why are you asking me about the team? Why are you asking me? I said to
No,
you
I didn't ask
that
you about.
I
I
am
didn't ask
not.
you about. I didn't ask you about the
Oh,
team.
I said to you that my end is to develop the sport. So I want to have X number of fields. I want to have X number of qualified coaches. I want to have X number of qualified fitness thing.
Yeah.
I want to have Y number of kids in training. That's good.
So my question
Hold
is,
on, hold on.
yeah,
So my KPIs don't
yeah.
have anything to do with a team.
All right. So your
So
key
so
no. So that's what I didn't mention team. So what I'm saying to you, how then does a player coming from overseas? I didn't say for a team. A player born outside of Jamaica. How does that representing Jamaica? How does that affect what you are doing? That you would talk about the
I didn't
date,
say, but I didn't say it
but
affected. I'm not. I'm saying that's not my end.
but you
So I'm
no.
not saying But what do you mean coming from? He's coming for what? A team? Yeah, if you want to come for a team, go on. I'm not focused on a team.
But your
I'm
answer,
focused on developing the sport.
but your argument this morning though was about this idea of getting DNA and all of that.
Yes, and I'm saying I do not support the existing strategy of focusing on the reggae boys and focusing on qualifying for the World Cup and putting all the resources in that direction.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
So on the
I'm
radio
saying,
this morning.
no, and I'm saying, hold on. If you want to do both, fine. But
Okay.
show me that you're doing both.
So all of this, all you're saying is that you don't have no problems with players coming into play from overseas, right? Who are Jamaicans, but you don't want that to be at the expense of not developing local players or
Exactly.
developing football. But what I'm saying about
No. Developing
local
local football.
But do you realize
Yes.
that your statement this morning and this statement now are diametrically opposing?
I don't think so, but I hear you. I don't have a problem. More communication is always best.
Y-
My wife will always tell.
Yeah.
My wife tells me it is always best. Right? So maybe it did not come across as well as it is coming across. No problem. That's communication. But my head is
Yeah, you're breaking up a little, so I'm going to because Carlton is here, T-Got, and then I'm going to go back to Keter because I want Keter
so
to get back to his point. So just hold on. T-Got, go ahead, T-Got, quickly.
Okay. Two different language Mr. Williams attack from this morning and now. Right? Because him say when I'm asking about a specific player, the Myra Gray, called by name, him say he's not really enthused about that. You understand? So he's talking two different language. And
yeah,
then
no,
again, listen, hold on. Mr. Williams, then again, I understand. Yeah.
I
Then
was
again,
not
I understand.
asking Craig. He said, for example, a Demari Gray. He wasn't asking me about Demari Gray. He said, for example, a Demari Gray. In other words, somebody that has Jamaican lineage and is now qualified to play for Jamaica. So he was just using Demari as an example in referencing the difference in the thinking. So with no respect to Demari, I don't know him. Big respect. I would never disrespect him, and I appreciate that he would represent the country. But no, I sorry if that was no, I'm not referring. I don't know Demari. I'm not
All right.
referring to them.
All right.
What I'm referring to is that, and I've said it, my focus is on developing local players and the sport locally.
Obviously, you didn't hear what he said. Mr. Williams, obviously, you didn't hear what he said before you make your answer. But then again, I understand. No, listen to you. I understand what your point was. You understand, and what you're trying to say. You understand? It's a local election and not overseas election. So you're trying to buy in for the local people to come and support you. So I understand what you're doing,
What
but
election?
you have to
What are
put
you? Which election? What election and what village?
T-Got, listen.
yeah, well, it's obviously you're batting for the local. You're not batting for the overseas. You're batting for the local development of football by trying to exclude out the players that
No,
who
I'm not
play local
excluding.
and overseas.
Hold on. I'm not why if I say my focus I said my focus. I didn't say they are excluded. So if they want to leave England as you and come to Jamaica, which as you know is happening in track and field, where Brianna Williams has left Miami and moved to Jamaica to train, If they want to leave England and come to Jamaica to train, no problem. Me in. Me don't have no problem with that. Me in. Me say me have follow the track and field model where the
So,
industry,
All right.
where the industry
on
is
a point
based
of order,
in
on a
Jamaica.
point of order, Mr.
All
William,
right, Cataract,
you are
just a call to,
suggesting that
hold on,
the Peter should be.
Cataract, we have to, just make we just flow. I did say to Carlington, just please, I know sometimes you forget things when you're getting a little older,
Okay,
so
Carly. Okay, sir.
just write it down. Carlington, I mean, let me just, yeah, yeah, that's what I do, you know, Cataract, I write down my thing, because through me nose and my head not so good sometimes. Carlington, stick to what is your question, and then I'll go to Cataract.
Yes. I was listening to Mr. Williams with the clip, and I'm listening now. Well, I don't have a problem with the vision where you have for the younger kids. The first thing, when you say coach development, you would get a coach trainer. But getting the coach trainer, you still, our coach, local coach, still need to be certified. And to be certified, they have to go through the highest qualification. And if we don't have a coach going through that to get a European qualification, we're still not gonna move from nowhere, even if you get a coaching coach. The next thing, with what
Okay,
you
hold
say,
on. So yes, all right. So let's add that. So get a coach trainer and get the coaches certified. So let's add that.
yes,
That's the additional strategy.
yes.
Next.
And the next thing, I think you're supposed to rethink back what you said, because sometimes you will break a kid heart. Because if I'm in America now, and if I have a kid born here and I want my kid to play for Jamaica, what you said is like you are telling me that now, as a father, say, okay, this guy, if he come in as president, then I'm gonna tell my son to play for America, because your vision is not for someone who born here as a Jamaican parents. Your vision is for a player in Jamaica. That's why with the track and field and the football, you can't compare that with football, because football is a different. So
Why?
what I'm saying now, what I'm saying now, no, because football is on a different term with track and field. As why you say Brianna Williams come back to Jamaica to train, that is good. But if I am a player, a young player, well, I'm saying, yes, but
here.
no, she didn't born here. But listen, if I'm born in Spain and I'm a Jamaican and I'm in a Barcelona team, I'm not gonna leave Barcelona to come to a Jamaican club. I'm gonna stay into the high quality. Yeah, that's why we are saying football and track and field, it's on a different term. So
That's what I'm
what
saying.
Hold
on. That is the fundamental point. The fact is that for track and field, we are the world leaders in training and development. So people want to leave to come here. That is the point that makes it.
Yes.
But Mr. Williams, hold on.
Follow the track and field model. Let us follow the track and field model and make football endemic to Jamaica, just like track and field, so that this being training in Jamaica is seen as a rapid opportunity.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, Mr. Williams, and then I'm going to let Cataract, hold on, Carly. Let me say this to you. All right, the sport. So listen.
It's a big goal.
So you understand equality and equity. All right. So though we are all equals playing football, it is not equitable. Meaning, the man in Barcelona, the man in Spain, right? So when you do all of your development, it's not like England and Spain and France and Argentina are going to be sitting down waiting on Jamaica to catch up to them. So when you come up 100 ranks on that ladder, they have also moved 100. So no matter how much the development improves, which must be done, the man in Barcelona and Real Madrid, the time is not going to come when those players are going to see Jamaica as a viable option, because where we getting.
So Manins, hold on now.
No, no, yeah.
What you're now doing is arguing whether or not my goal and my vision is achievable. No, that's a different conversation. But I'm just making clear
Okay,
what
okay.
my goal and my vision
Even
is.
if
Now,
it is,
whether
even if it is not achievable, it is what you desire. It is your preferred future.
exactly,
All right, Cataract, Cataract, go ahead, because I know you have been waiting. So let's Cataract.
Well, we can't even remember, but I want to just say that as Mr. Williams speaks, so Mr. Williams, first I want to say to you, when you said you were not infused about Demarai Gray, I want you to understand as a leader that are you alone. Are you one not infused? The entire Jamaican football ecosystem, yard and abroad, we're over the moon, we're happy, we ecstatic, we glad
all right,
about this.
all right.
So
All right,
it's
leave me
hold
alone.
on,
All right, no problem.
The
All right.
important thing about visioning is to understand that it has to be a shared vision. So I'm just telling you that on that statement, you are like Stone Love. You stand alone. but to the other substantive point,
You know, Mr.
if
Williams, just understand that he plays
your
Cataract South, so that's why he
your
uses Stone Love
measurement
example.
against track and field, if Jamaica was consistently not qualifying for the 100-meter women's and men's final for 25 years, do you, sir, believe that the enthusiasm, the corporate support, public support, government support would be there in the same way for track and field if for 25 years no Jamaican man or woman qualified for the 100-meter finals? Or make it worse yet, made the qualifying standard to reach the Olympic qualifying round?
Yes. Why? Because champs gets the most sponsorship. Not even when you go to the Jamaican national trial, the stadium empty. You go to champs, it ramp. So yes, no question. People, and you come to Sabina Park on Sunday. People want to watch local talent explode. So no question in my mind. Champs has been ramped for 50 years, and Jamaica never win the 100 meters.
Of course,
So
you
no
are.
question.
In every year,
50 years.
hold on, from
All right, so
Donald
let me give
Quarry,
you, let me,
1990,
from Donald Quarry
and
to Raymond Stewart, we were always in the finals. I said from Donald Quarry.
no, he's speaking to somebody else, Cataract.
Oh,
I
to
think somebody
Raymond
stepped into
Stewart, we have
Cataract.
always been in the finals. Merlin Otti, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, we have always been.
No, you asked me if Jamaica was not considered. You asked a specific question.
Yes,
if Jamaica was not consistently winning the 100 meters, and I'm saying absolutely, because champs has been rammed, and we were not always. Yes, we were in the finals, but we get bronze and silver. We don't get sweep and all
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
So hold on a Cataract.
Yeah, man.
You can't. My vision and your vision differ. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. My goal is to make local development the priority.
Your prayer. All right,
That's my vision.
we have the man who brought up the story. His name is Demo Dre, ardent listener of the sports exposure that you're on. So he was the first one to challenge your position. So he's here now. I don't know if his mind has changed.
No,
So let's hear from him. Go ahead.
no. Big up panelists and big up yourself, Sir Williams. I'm not sure if you can hear me well.
Yeah,
I am a huge fan. I mean, I've been listening to you and Oral go through it a long time on exposure. So I know your I know your mind and stuff. But this morning I was just kind of appalled and I wasn't trying to start up no controversy or nothing like that. But as a leader of the football, I was just very concerned to hear how it did come across, right? And I know just now you said that communication probably different and all of that. So I'm just trying to understand, just to end it for me personally, right? What is the track and field model that you're willing to work with? As in, from the model to the transition for the national team. Because just now you just say it's not for the national team. You know, really business about that is for the local football. So what is
Yes,
the track and field model that you're going to you want to adapt for the
right.
football?
Yes. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to, I would say, we want to put in place the infrastructure so that we can produce and consistently top quality football. And that's what the track and field model. And what did the track and field model do? They worked on coaching with GC Foster. So they improved coaching. Coaching, got better. All the schools got good coaches. Secondly, they encouraged and developed the professionalism. So you had MVP Track Club, Glen Mills Track Club, so many different track clubs. Thirdly, they put in place some infrastructure. So mind you, it hasn't been well maintained, but they put some tracks down around the place and allow the allowed access. So everybody could come there and train and develop. And then they continuously did seminars and so on to work on nutrition, professionalism, lifestyle, etc. So that's where I would start. I would
So
start at building out the infrastructure so that we can be manufacturing
uh-huh.
top quality players.
All right. All
And
right. So
and I would like, hold on, let me finish.
yeah, Lan.
And I would like to do that through clubs. So develop top quality clubs and then have the clubs develop top quality players.
Okay.
So so
Okay.
that's why I love my job at PFGL, because I get to work with 14 great clubs, and
That
we
you
can
that
together.
you wish you were 10 you were working with though.
We,
Exactly. I do wish it
we,
was 10. I do
so
wish it was 10, because if it was 10, we would be able to get the infrastructure in a lot quicker.
Okay.
So just to readdress Cataract or whoever, I'm not campaigning. I already have the job that I want.
Oh,
The
Demo.
job that
Yeah.
I want is the chairman of the PFGL,
Demo.
and allow me to work with the clubs and help the clubs to develop, and when they develop, the players will develop. So we're working with the clubs to now put in place a youth program, and we're working with the clubs to get them funding so they can improve their infrastructure, their gym, their nutrition, etc. So
so
me not campaign, but just I tell you my vision, but me I
no
implement.
no
No man,
no.
this is Demon. Just go ahead, Demon. That's it.
Sir Williams, I get you, and you said a lot, and a lot of what you said makes sense. But for me, what I'm hearing is that you want part of the track and field model, because in my head, all of that what you mentioned is for an end goal of representing the country.
No,
So,
no,
so everything that they do in track and field, go to the clubs and all of that they do is to go and represent Jamaica as the end result.
no, that's not the end result. That is a byproduct of the result. The end result is that they can they can earn a living, they can
Yeah,
feed them family, they can buy a house. That is the end result,
all right, so
guys.
Mr. Williams,
So I'm saying that yes, they want to represent their country and they love their country and they will represent. But
All right.
more importantly, we're building an industry. An industry is an economic entity. So
So
what we want is to have our players being
Yeah.
able to
All right.
qualify for any
Mr.
All right.
Williams,
Hold
Mr.
on. Hold
Williams,
on.
I want to
Hold on.
challenge you on something.
Hold
The
on.
track
Ketera.
and field model, the track and
Yeah.
field model is premised on a national trials where Jamaicans from abroad in the diaspora and those locally compete. And the first three cross the line, regardless, go ahead and represent Jamaica. Are you willing?
No, that's not the model. That's
That's
not
it
the
by
model, Cataract.
That's the
That's
model
not the model.
that's the model to represent Jamaica.
No, that's what I'm saying. That
Hold on,
the model is
hold
to
on, let me finish.
develop track athletes.
If that is the model for national selection for track and field teams to represent Jamaica, I put it to you that if you wanted to put that model into football, not one domestic based player would represent Jamaica.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. That's why my focus is as I'm saying, because not one. So therefore, that is what we have to focus on.
All right. So let me get to the meat of the
That's
matter, what I
that's
believe,
that's
Mr.
the
Williams.
point.
So Mr.
That's the
Williams.
point.
All right. So let me get to the meat of
But
the
I'm
matter.
going to have to wrap up short.
All right. So I'm going to let you wrap up. So here's what. From scientific data, we can't be anecdotal, but we have to be scientific. The scientific results prove that the major development of our athletes, right, begin after their high school career, because coming out of champs, very few of the athletes that come out of champs as top athletes go on to do great globally. You mentioned the Asafa Powell didn't do much at champs, Selly and Fraser Price, and we could go on and on. And a great percentage of them develop their career in the intercollegiate system in the States. All
Which
right?
percentage? Which percentage?
Larger percentage. Let me point to the ones. No, unless you're talking about, I'm telling you, unless you're talking about the emergence of Usain Bolt, Shelly and Ilian, Sharika, and Asafa. Before that, the Veronica Campbell Brown was not developed in Jamaica.
Yes, but no. What are you talking?
Alien Bailey, all of these guys. No, all of these girls.
Mannings.
Yes.
Mannings. I said that. I said in 2000, the track and field model came into existence. I said that.
All right. So the other thing is that the globally the football developmental model is through their what you call youth academies, completely different from track and field that is done through our high school. So the problem we have is that what we use for track and field, which is individual, is high school, which is because it's individual. High school cannot develop footballers. So unless
Agreed.
the module is going to change, where we put players in academy and go through the club system, which is a long-term project, will not happen. It can begin, but in reality,
What do you mean it's not going? Hold on. Why you say it's not going to happen?
it can begin. No man, I'm saying it can begin, but in reality,
No. Why you say it? Why you said it the way you said?
no man, I'm saying
happen.
no man, it can begin. We can begin it. It can
well,
start.
everything, every marathon start the same way, you know.
So we agree that
One
it can.
step.
We agree that it can start. But for this, see the results of it. You're looking at 10, 15 years, which is science. Until then, though, what the people are saying, we must still keep what we have going, which is there are Jamaicans who already are developed that we need to make feel like they're part of this. While
problem. Hold on.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with that. So if you are saying ride and whistle, no problem.
Okay. But I know you have to run now because you're gone. We past your time. So I'll give you the last couple of minutes and you can talk, because a lot of people were upset this morning. Some seem to have like they, feel better. But talk to us about
Still playing. The bottles are still playing.
Yeah. But listen, before you go, I want you to tell me about the Great Mount Pleasant Sunday out by Sabina Park. So
Yes, that is what I want. Because at the end of the day, I end the way I started, which is local Jamaica Premier League to come out on Sunday and see the beauty on display of our local Jamaica Premier League, showing some excellent vibe and energy and touch and technical competence, etc. So that me a focus on, that love for Jamaica Premier League be the
Yeah.
best league in the world.
You have any picks of the final?
Yo, come on, Papa.
Yeah, no,
Goodbye.
you know,
Yes, sir.
JC man, a blue, you know. So you must support the team in a blue, man.
Come on, Papa. Come on. All right,
All right,
later.
yeah, man,
Big up
cool.
yourself, Tatarak.
Yeah, man. All right, Mr. Williams, bless up.
Yeah, man, respect.
All right, so people, that is it. So for the persons who are calling in, because we couldn't take the call because you call and we had somebody answer. Now you can call in,
Man,
and state your yeah,
man,
yes.
this half an hour was nothing short of a good dandy shandy game. Mr. Williams a duck and a sight back like that argument a turn round. Carlington, but make you speak. I mean,
No, what I'm calling town, we have Soldier because them that the man them that call whole amount of person. So Soldier the first person. So we go Soldier, go ahead.
Yeah, when I listen to Mr. Williams and bless up him and him for the family, yes, I can't rest of money. So now listen, Mr. Williams, I may tell you, with what Mr. Williams has said, he might look on a 20-year 20-year production. And if him one try say me couldn't get him. When him a try say when Simoes come to Jamaica and realize say the local base player could never carry them over the line. When him do him send for all of the money move on because him